I'm Ben with the Bread Brothers, and today I'm going to be making French bread. It is March 28th. The coronavirus is flaring up all over the world and we've been asked to stay home. So there are a few things in life that are as comforting as fresh bread. So the French bread that I will make today takes about 45 minutes to an hour, so it's fairly quick and easy. It's something that even kids can make. I started making when I was about 10 years old and have made thousands of these loaves over the years. It's really easy, 6 ingredients, so I'll just jump right in. We're going to start with 2½ cups of warm water. I'm using a Bosch mixer today. I also have a KitchenAid, which works out really well. And there have been many times in my life where I have actually mixed it with just a bowl and a wooden spoon because I don't have a mixer. So if you don't have a mixer, you're not really, it takes a little bit more time, but you're really not at a disadvantage. So to that 2½ cups of water, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of yeast, a tablespoon of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of oil. You can either use vegetable oil or olive oil. Basically whatever you've got will be fine. And to that I'm going to add between 6 and 7 cups of flour. This is just regular unbleached white flour. You can use wheat flour if you like, or do half and half. If you use a lot of whole wheat flour, it's going to end up a little bit more dense and not rise as much. So white flour is kind of a good way to go, though it's not nearly as healthy. So I'm going to add 3 cups right away and then kick on the mixer and allow that to mix up a little bit before I add the next 3. So I have 3 cups in. I'm going to add 3 more cups and see how that looks. So I've noticed that the dough is still a little bit sticky. This dough should not be sticky at all by the time it's done. So I'm just going to add another ½ cup of flour, so that's a total of 6½ cups of flour. And by then I think it'll be about right. After you have all the flour in and mix it all up together, let it knead in the mixer for about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, so it's been kind of kneading in the mixing bowl here for about 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm just going to pull it from the bowl. It's still a little bit stickier than I would like, but it's going to be just fine. I'm just going to put a little bit of flour on the counter here. And what I'll do right away is just divide this into 2 long pieces. If I wanted to do 2 large loaves, this is perfect. Just kind of eyeball. But I'm gonna share this with some neighbors. So I'm gonna end up making 4 loaves and going the opposite way laying these out on the opposite way on the cookie sheet. So. I'm a potter by profession, and so I kind of handle my dough the same way I would handle clay. So I'm sure you've made snakes before as you played with clay, and that's kind of what we're going to do with this dough, is make 4 kind of chubby snakes. So this needs to rise now for about 20 to 30 minutes. It's a cold day in Utah. We had snow last night, got a couple inches of snow outside, and our home is a little bit cooler because of that. So I'm going to cover this up with a clean dish towel, and then I'm just going to slide it in my warm oven just on the very lowest warm setting, and then that will help to proof the dough and get it to rise a little faster. So, all right, so it's been about 20 to 25 minutes since we put the bread in the oven, and it's has risen quite nicely. I am just going to take a razor blade. You don't need a razor blade, but a razor blade is kind of easy to use, and just put some marks in this. I'm doing each one a little bit different to just kind of make it a little bit prettier. If you don't have a razor blade, just a serrated, sharp serrated knife, or I guess it probably doesn't even need to be serrated, but you can have a lot of fun with the scarification of this bread, and it'll make it a little bit prettier and more interesting. And then when you're done with that, just pop it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes at 450 degrees. All right, that was a little hot. This is how they turned out. So 4 loaves of smaller loaves of French bread in just under an hour. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. You can post those below and we will respond to you. Please subscribe to our channel, the Bread Brothers channel, and if you like what you saw, please share it with a friend.